Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And as you know, the other day I put up a post from a guy saying, stop going out on dates if y'all not ready to have inks, right? And there was the middle of the post where like women expect men to take them out on dates and you do. And there was a person who responded to this who I then felt I had to highlight because I saw this first thing in the morning. You can go over to my Facebook page and look for yourself so that you can see the comments. Meet on a park bench and bring your sandwiches. If you wind up together, it's unrealistic to expect that every evening you'd both be dining at 5-star restaurants! Exclamation point, right? To which men have been coming out in droves, and some women too. And congratulations to you women who are now returning back to the women and just being like, okay, well, good luck with that. Because on the Facebook page, the comments are wild. This one particular guy, so this is Bruce Howard, and I guess he's not voting this year. And he says, so don't take a woman to day parties at pools, wine events, block parties, outdoor concerts. I could go on, but all that stuff is outdoors. Nothing outdoors, right? I'm taking notes on how not to mess up. And he's saying this because of the comment that I put, and I'll put this up here for you all right now. I said, men, don't you care about, this is in response to the park benches. Men, don't you care about your experience as well? Is it comfortable to you to sit on a park bench trying to eat outdoor in the elements? No protection from sun, wind, as you're on a date, sweating in your clothes, depending on the neighborhood, with people's dogs taking dumps near you or syringes under your feet, right? I said, don't you take yourself out to eat when you're on a date? You're eating too. Half of the receipt is yours. Then I go on to say, now y'all want women to come to park benches with their sandwich already in tow? No financial contribution whatsoever. And then I asked some questions that very few people have answered. I said, number one, why would a woman who values herself do this? 2, what type of woman would do this? 3, is it the type of woman you truly want? 4, or is this the type of woman you use until you can quote unquote do better? But listen, the fish stinks from the head down. If you're the type of person who thinks it's acceptable to be out on a park bench, like, first of all, let's keep it real. Most Black people live in urban areas. Like, if you live in the city, you live in an urban area. And the parks in urban areas are abysmal. That's where the homeless people go to have intercourse. That's where they go to shoot up, get high, do their lean. You know the lean that they don't never fall down. You know what? The turntables may wobble, but they don't fall down. To do their lean where they're leaning in the park. And then when they get the gumption and they come back too, that's when they start humping on each other in the park. This is where you want to go for a date with crack vials. You crunching on crack vials under her beautiful little shoes, right? So then the rest of the post goes on to say, ladies, number 1, do you think a financially abundant man would do this? Number 2, a man who's looking to settle down or just bounce up and down? Number 3, do you think a man would treat his dream girl this way? Number 4, what dating strategy do you think he's employing here? And number 5, who do you think a man would pull this on? And I'm like, this is in response to the post that I put up the other day, blah, 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 blah. So this guy comes out talking about day parties, wine events, and all this other stuff, as if he can't see the difference between a park bench. Come on. Where you bring your own damn sandwich. And I responded back to him. You can pause to read it, but I'll read it for you. First date on a park bench? Most black people live in urban areas and the parks are abysmal, straight up disgusting. First date at a pool? I said, maybe I'm just too old, dear. If a man asked me on a low effort first date where I'm supposed to get dressed up and he's exposing me to the outdoor elements, I'm not going. I'm not. I really am not. And I said, now if he invites me hiking and I'm wearing sneakers, a big sun hat, no makeup, and I can talk to other men and possibly go out to eat with the other guys / girls / people afterwards, then sure, why not? I just know my juices don't flow for cheap, low effort men. Every woman is different. But if you're asking me, it's a no for me, dog. Unless you don't care if I leave with other people, because I know myself. And if we're going on a friend date, I'm talking to everyone and meeting other friends. I've done it before. I'm not the one to play with. So part of the reason that I wanted to talk about this is, ladies, what dating strategy do you think that they're employing here? Some of the men who were commenting, go to the Facebook page, read them. Some of the men who were commenting were like, "Oh, if you're dating multiple people and women want these $500 dates." Number one, these men, who they truly want is the woman who wants the $500 dates. These men are constantly talking about, I'm 50 and 22-year-olds want me. These baddies are knocking down my door. Yeah, they're knocking down your door to eat, son. Yeah, and they want to go to these fine restaurants. And it is up to you to convince her in the amount of time that you have her audience that you are the man for her. You see, when you're looking for a true connection, you do things a little bit differently. What they're hoping to do is they're hoping to convince some young baddie to go out with them like a brokey. That's what they want. They want to convince a baddie to date like a brokey. Because we all are going to restaurants nowadays. And thank goodness women now have the ability to work and make their own money, because we're taking ourselves out. We don't have to be dependent on this nonsense. And I am dead ass serious with my whole entire post. Come on. At the age that I am at right now, if you want me to put on some heels and get dressed up and all of this, if you want me to try to impress you and make you feel good with my looks, don't invite me to no fucking park bench. Excuse the profanity. Don't invite me out to no goddamn flea market. I understand, look, if we are in a long-term relationship and you want to go thrifting, that's fine. But I'm not walking outside in my 6-inch heels to no flea market. Now, if we going on a friend outing and it's all good, I know myself. I'm gonna be out there talking to other people. I'm gonna be, if it's a bunch of like friend groups out, I'm gonna be trying to go out to eat with other people. Another comment that I wanted to bring to our attention. I feel like I'm droning on and on and on. If you're finding value in this video, please put up a 1, let me know, because I know I'm a little all over the place. There's another comment that I wanted to bring to your attention, but I'm thinking, especially looking at the time, that I'm going to do that in a whole other video, because I want to focus in on this guy who's talking about that's the strategy that he used to meet his wife. Mind you, his wife has decided, I don't want to say she's decided to go on to glory, but his wife checked out of this life. Let's continue forward with this. It's like they're purposefully being obtuse. Look, everybody ain't for everyone. You're going to meet the type of person who's going to want to do the types of things that you want to do. But what it is that they're upset about is, number one, they're upset with other pages that are telling people to go on $500 dates, and more power to them. Listen, if you want the type of woman who requires a $500 date, then pull out your credit card or save up your money for that date. Why try to convince that type of woman to go on a free, low budget, no effort date with you? The typical average woman is not looking for a $500 date, but goddamn, she got to bring her own damn sandwich out to the effing park bench, crunching on crack vials under her shoes too? No. The typical woman, average woman, is looking to just go out to get to know a person. And listen, and you already know how I feel. I personally feel that restaurant dates require little to no real planning. All you got to do is just pick out the restaurant or whatever. I personally would prefer a date in which I can wear my sneakers and some workout clothes and do something fun. But it has to be something that is well curated. And then not only that, you know what? I do think I'm going to bring up this other comment. You know what? I will deep dive into it in another video. But in this other comment, the guy is like, I met my wife at a store and then we went out to the park, I believe he said, and they chatted it up for 5 hours in the park. So they talked in the store until the store closed. Then they went out to the park and chatted for 5 hours. And in all of this time, this man didn't think to give her a sip of water to put upon her lips as she is exasperating her energy out to talk and talk for 5 damn hours. I've been talking for 10 minutes in this video and my throat already dry. You mean to tell me you standing up in a store talking for 3 hours before it closed, then another damn 5 hours in the park, and you ain't want to feed the lady not once, and then you wonder why she done gone on to glory? People think that the wedding is the damn, that's it. Oh, you married, that's it. What type of person are you married to? If you're married to the type of person that can't see that he himself is out there for 8 damn hours in the doggone street and he himself ain't effing hungry, or he's masking the growls of his belly with loud laughter like, as he's keeping you out there with no damn food, not a drink, no water, didn't even get the girl an ice cream cone, nothing. The type of person, now let me ask you this. Do you think that's going to be the type of person that's going to go all out and splurge for the anniversaries, even remember the anniversaries? It's like there is a reason why 80% of the people with autoimmune disease are female. Look at the type of stress that women are under in these relationships. A man did a survey, you know, the one who talks about 70% of divorces are initiated by women. In that same study, went on to say in that study that the women's highest level of happiness was the men's baseline lowest.
That study also looked at happiness between couples, and it found that the happiest women were only as happy as the unhappiest men. And the unhappiest women were, well, miserable. Men's outrage.
It's like the men are experiencing this exorbitant amount of happiness in these relationships, and the women are miserable. So he's over there talking about how a woman married him after being out in the elements for 8 damn hours with no damn food or water, drink, respite, nothing. And this was all right with him. Like, he didn't go to brag about any of the times that he spoiled his wife. None of that. He just talked about how he got her on a low/no budget. And I'm like, what is it that these men are not getting? Yeah, listen, on that note, I'm out of here. I want to hear your thoughts below. I can't believe that people are fighting for park bench dates. And if that's the case, by all means, dozo, have at it. Get somebody else to do it. You do it. And good luck with that. Because the people who value themselves, they're not interested in that, because you have to understand that there's a game being played that you know nothing about. And these men are trying to figure out how much they can extract from you with giving very little. Many of them are dating many different women, and they are trying to figure out how to play this game. They are in chat rooms with one another, in chat groups and in groups on FB and beyond, where they are bragging about how much they got for so little. Like, far too many of these men are not really looking and interested in truly, really dating. They're playing a game with one another, and you are just the fodder. They're trying to figure out what they can get without giving. And a lot of you women are going out there and you still taking them for their crumbs and their scraps, and that's fine. Go do it. See how that works out for you. But while you women are out there cussing me down in my comments today, don't come back crying tomorrow talking about, oh, I just didn't know better. Oh, hey, look, I need a GoFundMe now so I can leave this relationship where a man took me on a park bench date and I became park bench. No, just keep it. Keep that same energy, because I'm trying to tell you what the self-love lesson is here. When you value yourself, you interact with people who are interested in increasing your value. People who value themselves, and they are interested in increasing their and your value. Now we got men conflating going out wine tasting or rooftop pool parties because it's in the elements. Look, maybe somebody else is interested in that. Me personally, I'm not interested in a wine tasting. A pool party on a first date, I ain't really interested in that either. Now, if you're talking about rock climbing, I would even go hiking and all of that, but please do understand, this is how I'm gonna look: sweatshirt and some yoga pants. Listen, and I might be leaving with other people. I'm not even joking. All right.